Hey guys, welcome back to the Horror with your hostess with the mostest, as always, Jenna. Thank you for joining me as always. I always appreciate you guys coming to check me out. Today we are doing a movie review. It is not a horror movie, but it's a pretty horrific story. What this movie was based on, and that movie, if you couldn't tell by the title of this video, is An American Crime, starring Catherine Kinnear and Ellen Page, along with a few other actors, actually. Bradley Whitford. I know Scout Taylor Maine from the Rob Zombie movies, Halloween movies are in here. This movie, real quick, is, like I said, is actually based on true events. It took place in actually set in the 60s, 63-ish or so, somewhere around there, 62. Basically, what the story's about is Ellen Kinnear's character. She's kind of like a single mother with like 6 kids or whatever, and Ellen Page's parents, who are kind of like the sort of like carnival, or traveling like carnival kind of like owners or carnies or whatever, and they don't really want to take their daughters all over the place, especially with school starting and everything. So they, run into Catherine Kinnear's character and everything, and they're like, the dad's like, well, if you take my 2 daughters and I'll pay you like every 2 weeks, I'll give you some money. That way it'll, help you out. I know you're struggling and everything. I'll pretty much pay you to, take care of my daughters while they're in school and everything, and while we're away at work. So obviously, like, the parents were just traveling and everything, didn't want to have to, basically, like I said, string along their daughters. They wanted their daughters to have a good education and everything. But this movie just, I have to warn you, like, it's obviously, it's not a horror movie, but like I said, it's a very kind of like horrific story. Catherine Kinnear's character, she pretty much just, like, especially with Ellen Page's character, just very much abuses her and everything, very psychological manipulation among like her kids, kind of like ganging up on Ellen Page's character and everything, physical abuse and everything. Like, there's still like certain parts in this movie where I'm just like, and that's coming from me. Like, I watch horror movies religiously, and but I think because it's based on a true story, that's why it's so kind of difficult to watch. I mean, this is a phenomenal movie. I love this movie, but it is definitely one that I cannot just like throw in all the time, because just it is that disturbing. I mean, not like Human Centipede type of disturbing or anything, but it just the events that unfold and everything just are very disturbing and everything. Once again, I can't say this enough, based on true events, just to know that this happened to these 2 little girls and everything is horrific, horrific. And even like the kids, because I mean, like, the kids, like I said, like, she has like 6 kids. Although, interesting little facts. I was like looking up some of the trivia on IMDb the other day, and I guess actually in real life, the real lady actually had 7 kids, but whatever. Just so you guys know, but like, the kids range from like an infant to like 16-ish, 17-ish or whatever is like the oldest. So these kids, like I said, are pretty much kind of like manipulated by the mother to basically also abuse Ellen Page's character, which is just so, like, it's just so disturbing on so many levels. Like, the older kids, because I know, like, once they go to trial and everything, the entire family's put on trial, even the kids, even the younger kids. Obviously not the infant, because, like, the infant really didn't do anything. But, it's interesting, because it's like, as like a viewer, you're watching this, and like the oldest daughter, they kind of in a way initiate some of like the children's behavior a little bit, because I know Ellen Page's character kind of like revealed something that she promised she wouldn't like like confess, but she, did it to protect the oldest daughter or whatever. So the oldest daughter gets pissed and like kind of in a teenage way wants to get revenge on her. So, she's making up all these stories and everything, and then the mother is like trying to teach Ellen Page's character a lesson and everything, and it's so just like it's so disturbing. Once again, like I can't stress how disturbing this movie is. And I feel like the younger kids, I know they're like, they at a certain point they should kind of know what's right and wrong, but like the younger kids, when they're seeing like the mom and like the older kids doing stuff to Ellen Page's character, like the abuse, the hitting, the cigarette burning and everything, it's just like, in a way, it's kind of like, okay, they're seeing it as like, okay, well, they're doing it, so I guess it's okay. So it's like, obviously they just don't know the concept of right and wrong because it's really not being taught to them. But like the older siblings, like the older girls, I feel like at some point should have really done something. Like I know one of the daughters, like the second oldest, I think, Scout Taylor Main's character, I know was like her character seemed to just kind of like be off with her boyfriend a lot, so she didn't really see what was going on. But it's like at some point the older kids have got to be like, dude, what the, like, we can't do this. And I know like the oldest daughter, at a few points, it seems like she kind of is like realizing like, crap, we shouldn't be doing this. But it's they don't stop though, and that's the unfortunate thing, is that this family in real life never even like stopped or anything, and it's I would say definitely check this out. Like I said, it's a great movie. It's pretty tough to get through. I've seen this movie a couple times. Check it out. I actually just found out yesterday from Juanita that I guess the DVD is actually out of print, and as far as I know, I could be wrong on this, there's no Blu-ray copy of this, so it's not on Netflix, and I believe on Amazon Prime it's $5.99 to rent, so definitely check it out. I would say it's like worth the $6 to rent this one, but definitely check it out. Like I said, it's such a disturbing story, very just, like I said, it's one of my favorite movies, but I really cannot watch it all that often because it is such a heavy movie. But if you guys have seen this movie, let me know what you think of it, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, what you thought of the true events and everything. But thank you guys for listening to me do my little review. Till next time, you guys, as always, stay creepy, classy, and a little bit sassy.